Welcome to Knowledge Bites, your daily dose of wisdom.
James Clerk Maxwell, the man who connected light, magnetism, and everything in between. Imagine holding a flashlight in your hand. The light streaming out is so familiar that you probably don't stop to wonder, what is light really? Waves? Particles? Magic? Now consider this. Over 150 years ago, a Scottish physicist named James Clerk Maxwell figured out the answer. He discovered that light is an electromagnetic wave, a revelation that didn't just illuminate our understanding of the universe, but rewired it entirely. Maxwell's equations, as his breakthrough is now known, laid the foundation for modern physics, from radio waves to relativity. Born in 1831 in Edinburgh, Scotland, Maxwell grew up in a world that was just beginning to embrace industrialization and scientific inquiry. His family wasn't particularly wealthy, but they valued education. His father, a lawyer, encouraged young James's curiosity, though even he couldn't have predicted the brilliance that would emerge. Maxwell's childhood was filled with experimentation and an insatiable desire to understand how things worked. By the time he was 14, he had already presented a paper to the Royal Society of Edinburgh on drawing mathematical curves. Essentially, he was geeking out over how to plot shapes with perfect precision. Despite his early promise, Maxwell wasn't an obvious prodigy in the traditional sense. At school, his eccentric personality earned him the nickname Dafty, but he took it in stride. He once quipped, "The important thing is to find out what makes a thing tick." And tick he did, eventually earning a spot at the University of Cambridge, where his intellectual gifts began to shine. Maxwell's work was influenced by the scientific giants of his time, including Michael Faraday, who had demonstrated the interplay between electricity and magnetism. Faraday's experiments suggested that these forces were connected, but the precise relationship eluded him. Enter Maxwell, a mathematical virtuoso, who translated Faraday's ideas into rigorous equations. These equations, just 4 of them, are now among the most famous in physics. Together they describe how electric and magnetic fields interact, how they propagate through space, and how they give rise to light. To grasp the significance of Maxwell's discovery, let's use an analogy. Imagine a field of tall grass where a gust of wind creates ripples. Now replace the grass with space itself and the wind with an oscillating electric field. Maxwell showed that such oscillations generate a magnetic field, and this dynamic duo of electric and magnetic waves travels through space as light. Yes, light, the stuff that lets you read this text, is an electromagnetic phenomenon. More importantly, Maxwell's equations predicted that these waves could exist across a spectrum, from long, lazy radio waves to short, energetic gamma rays. He essentially unlocked the electromagnetic spectrum, a concept that powers everything from your Wi-Fi to medical imaging. But Maxwell's genius didn't stop at electromagnetism. He also made groundbreaking contributions to thermodynamics and statistical mechanics. His work on the kinetic theory of gases introduced the idea that gas molecules move at different speeds, creating a probabilistic understanding of temperature and pressure. In this way, Maxwell helped bridge the gap between macroscopic phenomena, like a boiling kettle, and the microscopic world of atoms and molecules. While Maxwell's discoveries reshaped science, his life was surprisingly humble. He had no dramatic rivalries or scandals, no glamorous lectures to adoring crowds. Instead, he was a devoted family man, known for his warmth and humor. He enjoyed composing poems, often with a scientific twist, and delighted in sharing his work with friends and colleagues. Yet beneath his jovial exterior was a relentless drive to uncover nature's secrets. Maxwell's influence is often overshadowed by figures like Newton or Einstein, but his impact is no less profound. In fact, Einstein once said that Maxwell's equations were the most profound and the most fruitful that physics has experienced since the time of Newton. Without Maxwell, Einstein's theory of relativity might never have emerged. The speed of light, central to relativity, comes directly from Maxwell's work. Despite his monumental contributions, Maxwell faced challenges. His ideas were initially met with skepticism. Many scientists of his day were uncomfortable with the abstract nature of his equations, preferring hands-on experimentation. But over time, Maxwell's predictions were confirmed. From the discovery of radio waves by Heinrich Hertz to the practical applications of electromagnetic theory in technologies like radar and television. One of Maxwell's most enduring legacies is his ability to connect seemingly unrelated phenomena. By uniting electricity, magnetism, and light under a single framework, he demonstrated that the universe operates on elegant, interconnected principles. His work reminds us that science isn't just about isolated facts, it's about finding the threads that weave everything together. Now for some fun facts about Maxwell. Did you know he was a pioneer in color photography? Using his understanding of light and color, he created the first color photograph, a tartan ribbon, by combining images taken through red, green, and blue filters. Also, Maxwell had a mischievous streak. During his time at King's College London, he once tied a professor's chair to a table with string, leaving his colleagues baffled when they tried to move it. And here's a twist. Maxwell loved animals and often incorporated them into his analogies. For instance, he imagined tiny demons sorting fast and slow molecules to explain entropy, a thought experiment, now famously known as Maxwell's demon. Maxwell's story is a testament to the power of curiosity and creativity. He didn't just solve problems, he reimagined the questions, showing us that the universe is far more interconnected than we ever imagined. So, the next time you turn on a light, use your phone or tune into a radio, take a moment to appreciate James Clerk Maxwell. His equations didn't just illuminate the world, they showed us how to see it in a completely new way.
Thanks for joining us. Get smarter daily by subscribing and liking. Grab the Ultimate 360 General Knowledge Smart Book to level up your wisdom. See you next time.